ladies, gentlemen, engines, coaches, whatever else you may be, we have a package. So, I've been waiting on this to get here for just under 2 months now. But it's finally here. What am I talking about, you may be asking? What I'm talking about is this. Let's get it out of this bubble wrap, shall we? Better look at it. We have the Plarail RWS Thomas. This is my second ever Plarail model. My first one being a Diesel 10, obviously, but yeah, I have been waiting a while to get this. Not that I'm complaining, but yeah. So we finally have this. I finally get to review it myself, which is nice. So yeah, this is going to be a new sort of thing. I might do more of these unboxings at some other point in the future. Yeah, so let's get a good look at this box, shall we? So, here on the back we have the instructions, which actually, if you look, use the Railway Series Thomas model instead of the generic Thomas. They still give you the generic instructions in Japanese of, you know, how to put a battery in and got some Japanese text that I can't read because, you know, I don't speak fluent Japanese. Here on the top we got some very basic, you know, designs, some logos. We got a little picture of Railway Series Thomas right here. Looks pretty good. On this side we have a render of the Railway Series Thomas. I don't think the camera's going to focus on that, but yeah. On the back we have the famous illustration of Thomas. Then on the front here we have, again, the Railway Series Thomas, as well as Annie and Clarabelle. And I'm not quite sure what this is. I haven't looked at any other reviews of this because I wanted to look at what's in this myself. And then, you know, over here we have the illustration again, as well as the Tomy logo, Thomas logo, all that jazz. So, yeah, I think that's enough yapping about the box. Oh, also on the bottom here, we have another drawing of Railway Series Thomas. Again, more logos, just general stuff like that. I do like this little thing right here. Then we have another render of Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle, with this one actually showing the faces of Annie and Clarabelle. But, yeah, that's enough yapping about the box now. Yeah, also, if I can get it out, Plarail boxes have this really cool feature where, like, they have this little thing that you can use to, like, hang up the box, or you can just push it in and have just a box. But yeah, so let's get this thing open. Gotta take this tape off. I'm trying not to damage the box very much because I like it. It's a nice box. Probably gonna save it like I did with my Diesel 10 box. So yeah, I'm trying not to tear off any of the printing on the box. That's fine. There we go. This is my first time in a while unboxing a Plarail model. So, here we go. Styrofoam, the Clarabelle. And here he is. So far, looking pretty good, but you know, obviously you can't keep him here in the suffocation station in this plastic. So let's get him out of that. You know, we're not gonna look at the model through some plastic. No, we're here to look at this thing up close and personal. So, up first, let's take a look at Thomas. So, I really like the sort of faded blue that they went with, as well as the, like, I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, I don't think I can get it to focus, but, like, you can see these little streaks of light across them that kind of reflect what you'd see in the illustrations, as well as, his cab door, sorry, I'm just messing with my camera right now, trying to get it to focus on Thomas, but I don't think it's going to. I don't exactly know how to get it to focus on Thomas. I'm not really experienced with this kind of thing, but yeah. So, the cab door, or I guess opening right there, actually does kind of look, you know, drawn in marker. The side rods, the wheels, really the chassis as a whole look amazing. Again, I love the more turquoise blue that they went with compared to, like, let's say, this Talking Thomas, which is a more cerulean blue, as you would expect. Size comparison to this Thomas, while I have it, he is slightly, the Talking Thomas is slightly longer in comparison, but that's not what we care about. Oh. Oops. Okay, yeah. Oh, great, now they're talking. Are you done now? Okay, so, like I was saying, then we have, you know, obviously the amazing Railway Series face, which, oh, wow, that, just comparing that to the box, like to the illustration, that is, in my opinion, that's dead on. Like, that is amazing. If I can get his body off, we'll take a look at the inside. Again, let's, if I can get the body off, it's being a bit stubborn. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. We do have, of course, the painted running board. The lamp irons aren't painted, which I might end up doing that myself, actually. It depends. We of course have painted buffers and a painted coupling. Okay, let's try one more time with this body. I'm trying to be gentle with it because I don't want to break it. I spent $50 on this thing. If I broke it, I would, well, quite frankly, I would cry. One side of him is just being a bit stubborn right now. Oh yeah, also, something I love about the Plarail models, freewheeling. It is such a good feature. Yeah, if I can just get this side, it doesn't want to come off. Which is a pain, because I have to get it off, get a battery in them, so I can see them in action. I think right here I'm gonna cut down this section of the video. I don't know. This side's coming just fine. This side is being really stubborn with me. Again, I'm trying to be gentle as to not shatter his body, because that would make me extremely sad. We can worry about that later. Yeah, that is the amazing Thomas model. So let's look at what we got next. So up next we have Annie, who, you know, very basic, no name text like you would see on a CGI model. Like, there's no name text or anything. Has a printed face, which I kind of like that, as being printed instead of being 3D like Thomas's. But yeah, overall, not too much to see here. I do like this gray bar that we have going on here. You can unscrew this at the bottom, I would assume, to like remove this from the chassis. So maybe I'll put something in there for displaying purposes. Okay, and last but not least, if I can count, we have Plarail. So again, no name text. I like the little gray bar we got going here. And then we got the face, which is in fact different from Annie. So that's a nice detail. I like when they actually give them different faces. You know. Unlike, okay, I guess you could argue that this model has different faces because the mouth is slightly smaller on Plarail, but like, that is a minuscule difference between these two. So, I just like when they give them different faces. Also, this fell out, this little book thingy. I can't really read what it says, but we got a illustration. I'll leave it on camera a little bit longer so you can actually see it. Also, we have the front here, which is just that. Nothing too interesting here on the back. I think this might actually just be a character sheet. Yeah, because here we have another Thomas. I'm assuming this is like information about the characters. We got Henry. We flip to the next page. We have my favorite, Percy. Hopefully someday they'll make a Rally Series Percy model. That'll be nice to see. We got Harold and Edward. I honestly kind of forgot that Harold is a Rally Series character. He doesn't feel like one, you know? We have Gordon, Diesel, and Mavis. And we've got James, Bertie, and Trevor. I think this is the last... No, this isn't the last page. Okay, we got Toby, Scarloey, and Duncan. And then, last but not least, we have Bill and Ben. It's a bit hard to see. Duck. And I think that's just a picture of the Thomas and the Trucks book. Or whatever the book was called, I don't quite remember. I probably have it somewhere, but yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna try again to get his body off his chassis, to get a battery in, get him running. Okay, so I had to grab a screwdriver. To unscrew him at the bottom here, because part of his middle wheel on one side was kind of stopping his body from coming off the chassis, which also, you know, I like how these chassis are to where you can actually have an easily painted running board. This also would make it a lot easier for anyone like me who might want to paint the lamp irons. I don't think I actually will, to be honest, now that I think about it, because if I messed up, then that wouldn't be a very easily replaceable model, like with my Trackmaster Percy that I customized. But yeah, I'm gonna real quick go run and grab a AA battery, put it in him, and then we'll cut to some running footage. And some loud thunder. So yeah, overall, I would say that if I had to rate this model, I could give it a solid 10 out of 10. No questions asked. The only issue that I've had with them is the body being a little bit of a pain to open. I did have to resort to using a screwdriver to take out the little piece of red plastic on his chassis. That way I can move his middle wheels out of the way. Because something's blocking the body from actually coming off on his left side. So, that's really the only issue I've had with it, and even then it was a fairly easily fixable one. So, yeah, again, this model is a solid 10 out of 10. I don't think I have any real issues with it. Like, the one very minor, like, the two very minor details that I would add would be a flat running board for Thomas. Like, I get it, it's based off the illustration you see on the box, and he has a sloped running board there. So I guess that's more so just like if he was based off of a different illustration with the flat running board, which he is not. But that still would be kind of cool to have a flat running board Thomas. I don't think one of those has been made by really any toy company, I guess. At least not one that I know of. And I guess the lamp irons being painted would be a bit nice, but again, that is something that a custom maker could very, very easily fix. So I think that's going to do it for this review. I was going to say this little review, but really this thing is probably going to end up being about like 20 minutes long. Just 20 whole minutes of me yapping about Thomas model, which, I mean, deservedly, I waited about 2 months for this thing. But yeah, would I recommend getting this? Yes, absolutely. If anyone is wondering where I got him from and is not wanting to resort to eBay or anything, I will, if it's still in stock on the website I got it from, I'll leave a link to it in the description, for if you want to see it for yourselves. Just know that it did cost me about $50 US for the combined price of the engine and shipping, and it took longer than I expected it to. So if you do buy this thing, expect to wait at least a solid month or so. Like, it is not gonna, like, the shipping options might say that it's gonna get here, like, it's gonna get to your house within like 2 weeks. Do not trust that. It is not going to take 2 weeks, because I got the shipping that was supposed to take like 16 days max to arrive here, and, you know, 45 days later I finally get it. So yeah, I think, like I said, that's gonna be it for this video. So hope you all have a nice, you know, day, evening, night, morning, whatever it is for you. Hope you have a nice rest of your day, rest of your next day, rest of your week, month, year. And yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video. hopefully I can have something else interesting to open up next time. I think more than likely my next video is going to be another unboxing, most likely one of the new Trackmasters, once those come to the United States. So, yeah. Again, have a great day. See you guys.